Hey, Star Wars fans, got some great news for you. Clone Wars is back, baby.
You're as beautiful as the day I lost you.
I could not be more excited. Welcome to another episode of Star Wars Doctrine. I'm Cody Dastrip, your host, and today I'm hosting our new show called Clone Wars and Chill. Basically, this show, we're just talking about everything involving Clone Wars Season 7 as it comes out. And I'll do a review every week after each episode drops on Disney Plus every Friday, so you can look here for a place to discuss and to break down each episode. And I'm really excited to be doing this and to have the opportunity to even just be watching Clone Wars again. It makes me so happy. So I'm really excited, guys. And I thought this episode was absolutely beautiful, The Bad Batch, and it really just, the animation was amazing. And I don't even know where to start, but I guess we'll start by just breaking down the episode. One thing that's interesting, too, is that all of these episodes, well, okay, I shouldn't say all of them, but I think the first 4 were all released as unfinished episodes but from Dave Filoni at Star Wars Celebration in 2015. That was in Anaheim. And so a lot of these first couple episodes might seem a little familiar if you've watched those. And you can go watch them. I think they're on StarWars.com right now. There's a chance it might be on Disney Plus as unfinished. I don't think so, though. But I know they're on StarWars.com. And so you can really kind of almost spoil the next couple of episodes for yourself just because, you know, they do obviously look a little different because they were very unfinished. And the animation's not very good, but you can kind of get a rough idea of where they're going. But yeah, as every Clone Wars episode starts off with, there's a little fun nugget or a kind of a word of wisdom. And the one that was for this episode was, embrace others for their differences, for that makes you whole. I really like these little, word to the wise that we get from each Clone Wars episode. And the funny thing, or not funny thing, but nice thing is that they always tie into the episode. So obviously this episode is about the Bad Batch, who are quite a bit different from the other clones, and learning to embrace that obviously helps them in their mission. So that was really cool. But the episode opens up with, Republic forces, and they're fighting Separatist Admiral Trench, who's this cyborg spider evil looking thing. And you'll probably remember him from season 2. And in that episode, Cat and Mouse, Anakin actually shoots his ship down, and that's why he's a cyborg now, because he got all messed up from that crash. But the clones are really struggling in this opening scene, and they're trying to figure out why. So Rex is talking with Mace and Anakin, and he's saying, look, these droids are smart because they're using analytics, but somehow they know our strategies. They know the perfect counterattacks, and we need to figure out why. And Rex is really perplexed. And he has a little theory. So he tells Mace and Anakin that him and Cody want to take some clones and go behind enemy lines to see if they can figure out why they know their strategies. So Rex confides in Cody that he's got this weird feeling that somehow Echo could be involved with this. And if you remember, Echo, obviously is presumed dead. He was killed by that deadly... the kind of the ARC droid, those little jumpy around droids. Wow, the name's escaping me right now. But anyways, we've all thought Echo's been dead, and Rex has this theory, and Cody kind of dismisses it as crazy. But the reason that Rex has this theory is because he says, look, Echo's the only other person who worked on these strategies with me. There's no other way these droids can know this. But even Rex understands that's just a crazy theory and a long shot, so he doesn't really hold on to it too much. And then they go to investigate, which is where we get introduced to Clone Force 99, a.k.a. the Bad Batch, which was just such a cool add-in to the Star Wars universe in general. But they're basically a group of defective clones. They have desirable mutations, so they're almost it gives you a superhero Marvel kind of vibe. But there's Hunter, who has heightened senses, and then there's Wrecker, who's got his super strength. They have Tech, who's the super genius, and Crosshairs, who's the sniper guy, and he doesn't miss. He reminded me of Deadshot from DC's Suicide Squad. Just he doesn't miss, and he had that crosshair tattooed across his eye, which looked really cool. That was kind of the fun thing, is these guys had different armor. They were kind of different, and it was just kind of fun to see that within the clones. But yeah, so the main goal is they're trying to get behind these enemy lines here, and Tech's able to hack into the Separatist computers, and he intercepts this signal. And the signal is coming from a planet called Skako Minor, which I don't recall hearing. I'd have to go back and look. I don't recall hearing that planet's name before, but the signal is a voice, and it keeps saying CT-1409, and Rex's face just drops, like, what? And obviously, Tech doesn't understand why, but it's because Rex recognizes that number immediately. CT-1409 is Echo's number. And he realizes that his theory is like correct. Echo is alive somehow, some way, and maybe he's being held and tortured, or somehow they're getting information out of him. The droids are, which obviously, would be a really smart move by the Separatists to have a clone who was high up and knew, a lot of the strategies and stuff, to be able to use that to their advantage. I'm not sure exactly how he was alive and with them, but it's going to be really interesting to see where the episode goes from, or where the series goes from here. It was nice to see the 25-minute episode instead of just like a little shorter than that, but it still feels so short. Like, I felt this way with Mandalorian, and if you watch our show Mandalorian After Party, you'd know, like, we always complain every week, they just go so fast. These are going even faster because they're even shorter. But man, it is so exciting to have Clone Wars back on the screen and have something to look forward to every week. Personally, I kind of like the weekly schedule, although I know a lot of people want to binge it. It just gives me the opportunity to break down each episode with you guys and have a lot to talk about, so it's kind of fun. But some of the highlights in this for me was just the fact that, we already knew this coming into it, but 99 gets referenced, Clone 99, and he's from Clone Cadets and ARC Troopers episodes in Season 3. And, I'm sure you guys remember 99, but the fact that they named the squad after him, the Bad Batch after him, is just really cool to me. And I thought it was funny how the Bad Batch called other troops regs, like regulars. It kind of reminded me of how the clones call the younger, less experienced ones shinies, because their armor is shiny and not as dirty because they don't have as much experience. But it was kind of that same concept. These Bad Batch, they kind of group together because they're all a little different than the rest. But the animation was what really got me about this. It's only, think about how long it's been since we've got a Clone Wars. Obviously, there would be an advance in animation, but I didn't expect it to be like this much. Like, everything seems so smooth. One of the scenes that got me was when their gunship crashes and it hits like the ground, and there's these blue, like, it's just the ground, but it almost looks like a blue crystal or blue something's coming up from the ship. And it happened twice, and it was like, whoa, that looks incredible. The animation is just amazing. Obviously, I wouldn't expect anything less from Lucasfilms and Dave Filoni, but it just really caught me off guard. One of my favorite scenes was getting to see Crosshair's the camera angle where you're actually seeing through his sniper scope. I don't know if we've had that before, and we might have, and it's just escaping me, but it was just really cool seeing that. It caught my attention, and just watching him snipe the droids. It kind of reminded me of playing Battlefront when you're a sniper and you're looking through the scope. But it was cool to see that on screen. They had an incredible amount of awesome fight scenes. The choreography was awesome, the shooting, and I thought the scene where the Bad Batch puts that big old thing in front of them to block the droids' bullets, and they're chucking out the grenades that are like shocking the droids and basically shutting them down. It was just really cool. Overall, I thought that this episode was just a great way to start it off. It didn't give us like too much, but it was a short, cool story, lots of action to introduce the characters and to kind of give you an idea of where they're going next. As far as speculation for next week's episode goes, it kind of seems like they're heading in the direction of, we're going to go to Skako Minor and try to find Echo. And I'm pretty excited for that, to see Echo, back again, see what the droids have been doing to him and why he's giving away information. It's going to be really interesting to see. Obviously, the little Trench guy, Admiral Trench, was pretty upset when he found out that they knew of Skako Minor. So there's obviously something there probably echo, maybe more, that they don't want the clones to find. But Clone Wars is back, and I'm beyond excited. So thanks for chilling and watching this review. Look forward to watching the next episode and to doing another review. Thanks for hanging out, guys. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for future Star Wars content, and as always, may the Force be with you.